And good evening. We welcome you back to the Lakeland Center. The 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals, our fourth and final game of this third day, our second 5A semifinal between the American Heritage Patriots out of Plantation, a record of 25-5, and the Lake Wales Highlanders with a record of 26-4. Marty Palman-Reed joining you courtside here for the Lakeland Center, along with the head coach of the girls basketball team at Lake Nona High School in Orlando, Coach Rick Victor. Coach, welcome back. We had you last week for all kinds of girls games, and good to see you back here at the boys finals. And boy, in our last game, pretty impressive performance in the fourth quarter for the Terry Parker Braves out of Jacksonville. They're going to play for a state title on Saturday.
Well, they really did look impressive, and it was all, it came down to a couple things. One, lack of, not many turnovers for Terry Parker and a lot of bench scoring, and that was crucial in the demise for Nature Coast Sharks.
And Nature Coast came in with only one loss on the season. They their first appearance in the FHSAA Finals, they lose in the semifinals. And now another team tonight in our second semifinal making their first appearance in the FHSAA Boys Basketball semifinals, or the finals in general. The Plantation American Heritage Patriots, 25-5, coached by Charlie Stevenson, who's been a coach for 17 years, but in his first year at American Heritage, and you look at the starting lineup, number 3, a 5'11 freshman guard, Keyshawn Evans, number 5, 5'11 freshman guard, Josh Borders, number 24, 6'5 sophomore forward, Kobe Eubanks, number 42, 6'9 sophomore center, Drake Lamont, and number 44, a senior, 6'6 from Vitor Brito is their center, 6'6 senior center, number 44. American Heritage Patriots, we mentioned Charlie Stevenson, their coach in his first season. And for the Lake Wales Highlanders, who not too far away here from Lakeland, have a pretty good crowd on hand tonight, and a little bit south here in Polk County. Number 0, 6'5 senior forward Lamar Welch, number 5, 6'5 senior guard Alante Finner, number 11, 6' senior guard Russell Wilson, number 13, 6'5 senior forward Marcel White, and also at 6'5, number 15, senior center Antoine Hadley. Is apparently Coach Billy Washington just asked all his players to be 6'5. I mean, 4 starters, including a couple guards in there at 6'5 as well.
The 6 foot's the token.
That's right.
He's the token dude. Hey, but here's the one thing. It's a contrast of style. You've got youth on American Heritage, where you got 2 freshmen starting in the backcourt, 2 sophomores, and a senior. You've got 5 seniors. Let me tell you something. We saw this a week ago when the girls were at. When you're senior dominated, you're the number 1 team in the state in 5A. There's a reason with seniors. They've been there. They're veterans. I think it's going to be a contrast. It's a press game for Lake Wales. It's how American Heritage will recover from the press.
And you mentioned Lake Wales, and they are back this year as the state runner-up a year ago, their second straight trip here to the Lakeland Center. Last year lost to Palm Beach Gardens Dwyer. That was a very good team, a nationally ranked team, 72-57 in the 5A state championship game. So they're making a second straight appearance under Billy Washington, who's in his 6th year with a record of 96-50. Their road to Lakeland defeated Merritt Island 65-21. Rockledge 81-48 and Jesuit 76-35. And either way, that's an average, I'm doing math in my head, of about 43 points a game in the regional tournament. They really have rolled to Lakeland.
And the one game that really sticks out is the Rockledge game, because we're in the same district as Rockledge. And Rockledge was really pretty good. And to beat them like they did, that's an OMG. Oh, my God.
Actually, I didn't have the math wasn't right. It was an average of 39 points a game. Sorry, that's what I get for having it in my head. But you mentioned the Red River Rockledge, and boy, that is an impressive win in the regional semifinal round. On the other hand, for American Heritage, and Lake Wales were champs of Region 3 in District 10. American Heritage were the champions of Region 4 in District 16, and they had a little bit tougher road to Lakeland. They beat Suncoast by 10, 73-63. Jensen Beach 64-45, and then Cape Coral Mariner 50-47. But again, as you mentioned, this American Heritage team who comes in with a record of 25-5. Really a lot of youth on this team. They only start, Vitor Brito is the only senior they start, and they only have 2 seniors on this team. Actually 3, 2 that are also on the bench.
Well, and that means that they have a great youth movement, and they're preparing for a long run here. When you got freshmen and sophomores that make it to the state Final Four, that's pretty good. But the challenge is met right now. Can they handle the pressure that Lake Wales will put on them from the opening gun? And if they have a lot of turnovers quick, Marty, this game will be over by halftime.
All right, well, Lake Wales starts 5 seniors, so you said the experience, and plus Lake Wales was here last year, made it to the state championship game. Experience is an edge usually, as we saw earlier today in Class 4A. Pinecrest, who was making their 6th straight appearance, won their 3rd state title. Lake Highland Prep coming in maybe was the number 1 team, but hadn't been here before. And Pinecrest was able to get the winner of a younger Lake Highland Prep team in 4A. So that may show you something right there. And earlier today, by the way, in Class 3A, Tampa Prep winning the state championship, their first in school history. And congratulations to Coach Joe Finland, 29 years at the helm, gets his first state title. They've been to the finals, the semifinals 7 times, and finally they get that state championship, beating Sagemont 58-50, and then earlier today in 4A, as we mentioned, Pinecrest winning 63-57 over Lake Highland Prep out of Orlando. American Heritage leading scorer is Kobe Eubanks. Their sophomore averages 20.8 points a game. Drake Lamont with 12.9, also in double figures. Keyshawn Evans at 11.9. Lamont averages 10.9 rebounds a game, and Keyshawn Evans at 6.9 assists per game. And a reminder that DVD of this game or any game of the 2012 FHSAA boys and also girls basketball finals that were completed last week here at the Lakeland Center, go to FHSAAsports.com. That's FHSAAsports.com. Makes a great gift for family, friends, members of the team, whoever you'd like to give it to. Again, that's FHSAAsports.com for a DVD of this game and every game in the boys basketball finals. And on the other side for Lake Wales, their leading scorer is Marcel White, the senior, averaging 14.6 per game. Russell Wilson averages almost 13. Alante Finner at 12.5. And Douglas Brooks at 10.8. So they have 4 in double figures. Lake Wales in the white. And boy, they're off to a quick start. They missed the layup, though, as underneath the shot missed by White. Lake Wales wearing the white uniforms with the orange letters and numerals, black trim, orange and white stripes. And American Heritage in the black uniforms, gold and white stripes, gold letters and numerals with white trim. We're underway in our second 5A semifinal today. The winner will play Jacksonville Terry Parker on Saturday morning at 10:05 a.m. for the 5A title. Left-handed hook shot's no good by Drake Lamont, but now a steal. Loose ball ends up with Keyshawn Evans for American Heritage.
Right away, you see the power game. They're going to try to go down to the 6'9", inside 6'9", 6'6" for the Patriots.
And turned over. And on the steal, here's Finner. He's going to drive up, lay it up, and in on the pass ahead from Russell Wilson. And quickly, Lake Wales takes a 2-0 lead.
And right away, the freshman makes a mistake out front. You turn the ball over way out by the top of the key, that's a guaranteed problem.
And as you would expect, a pretty much pro Lake Wales crowd here, as they're Lake Wales located about 15 miles or so here from the Lakeland Center in southern Polk County. As the ball out of bounds will stay with American Heritage. So we've seen our biggest crowd of the tournament so far tonight. It's an inbounds pass tipped up, but the shot missed by Eubanks, and the rebound heads the other way for Lake Wales. Now Russell Wilson at the top of the key for the Lake Wales Highlanders. Now to Finner. Finner in the right corner to Hadley. Antoine Hadley now on the left wing. That's Marcel White. Into the corner, Finner now cross court. And swung around from White. Now back to a 3 top of the key for Finner. It's short. The pass from Wilson rebounded by Eubanks. 2-0 Lake Wales early on in this semifinal as Eubanks off the left corner driving the baseline. Shot rejected and an offensive foul. As Hadley went up and blocked the shot by Josh Borders. But they're going to call an offensive foul on American Heritage before the shot.
Borders, the other freshman guard.
And he picks up the first foul of the game, offensive foul for the freshman.
I think if you're Lake Wales, you want this game literally in a track meet. And if you're American Heritage, you want this game down in the 30s.
Well, early on, it's 2-0 Lake Wales leading it, and American Heritage, their scores have been 60s and 70s, but they really, probably can't keep up with this Lake Wales team. There's a 3 try for Wilson. It's short, and loose ball ends up in the hands, and a tip pass. Now, shot blocked underneath. Hadley had his shot blocked. Ball out of bounds, goes back to Lake Wales.
And immediate presence by American Heritage is Drake Lamont, 6'9" sophomore. And man-to-man full-court press by Lake Wales.
Wilson knocked it away, and he's right on Keyshawn Evans. Evans, though, does make it across half court. Now Evans to the top of the key. Now into the corner and pulling back out is Borders, and Borders back to Evans. Evans' free throw line jumper is good. So Keyshawn Evans, a freshman, hits the basket, and we're tied up 2-all. Quickly ahead, run out, but we're going to have a travel call on Lake Wales.
Well, you're right. It was a run out, but he forgot that he cannot shuffle off to Buffalo.
Or at all, not just to Buffalo. Can't shuffle the feet. Coach Charlie Stevenson in the black sweater and the very gold-looking shirt with the sleeves underneath. It looks almost mustard color as the offensive foul.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to get Evans that time for the second foul of the game, actually on American Heritage. First personal foul. Actually, pardon me, they called it on Brito, 44. Just for the legal screen. So, second team foul. We approached 5 minutes ago in this first quarter, tied up 2-all. Earlier it was Terry Parker defeating Brooksville Nature Coast 74-48 in our first 5A semifinal. As Wilson, now Russell Wilson on the right wing. Top of the key to Finner. Will swing it to Douglas Brooks. He'll try a three. It's no good back on the rim. Rebounded by Finner. Now Finner underneath, and a nice dish and an easy layup there for Douglas Brooks off a nice pass underneath, and it's 4-2.
Turnover.
Stolen away by Finner. Finner will pull up, miss the shot off the glass, with a tip up and in by Brooks. So it's 6-2. Lake Wales gets the turnover. Now back-to-back baskets for the first time in the game. As Evans makes it across half court. Now across to Eubanks. Eubanks trying to drive in. His shot up and short. Loose ball on the floor, and Eubanks takes it back. Now free throw line jumper for Eubanks is way too long. Rebounded by Drake Lamont, but I think we're going to have a foul on Lamont on the rebound. And that is in fact the case. First foul on Lamont. Now third team foul on American Heritage.
And right away, you see the Lake Wales Highlanders are trying to get the Patriots to play at a little bit faster pace, and Charlie Stevens over there is trying to Stevenson trying to get his guys to play it a little bit slower. But you're going to need to get a timeout here. You're going to be run out of the gym here.
Yep.
Because the mistakes by your freshmen.
Marcel White with the easy basket off the glass, off the good pass inside, his first basket. Now it's an 8-2 Lake Wales lead. Here's Evans now being guarded by Finner, and Evans lost it. Now again a 2-on-none. Across to Wilson, who lays it out the pass in from Malante Finner. And a timeout called by American Heritage, and they are already down 10-2, an 8-0 run for Lake Wales. And again, the steals leading to the transition basket. Lake Wales early on really running up and down the floor. Now they have an 8-point lead, and again with the crowd behind them, American Heritage, if they get too far behind, is going to be in big trouble.
Well, they're going to be in trouble just because the fact is that, the two kids that are playing right now at front for American Heritage, Keyshawn Evans and Josh Borders. One, they've been a crucial part of this team to be 25-5. Don't take that away from them. The problem is that you're in the state semifinals and they're 14 years old and they've never been here. And when you're 14 and you're playing against guys that have been in this position, the pressure is all on them. And you can see that's one reason why Lake Wales is playing a man-to-man pressure. They don't need to go with a full court zone type press. They feel that they can take the freshman one-on-one, and right now the freshmen are losing the battle because they're making the mistakes up front.
Well, after the timeout, we're back to action as Lake Wales on an 8-0 run early, or midway through the second period. First period, they lead at 10-2. Now at the top of the key, this is Brito. Brito now to Lamont. The big guy is now out front. Lamont being hounded by Wilson, and now it's stolen away as he throws it cross court. Steal by Finner. Finner lays it in, and another steal, and another easy basket, and another timeout by American Heritage. Charlie Stevenson is up in the face of Drake Lamont, who had a lazy pass that time, and it was picked off. And the other way goes Finner for another layup. He has 4. And now American Heritage has used 2 timeouts in about 30 seconds.
Well, again, the mistakes they're making are being made at 22, 23, 24 feet from the basket. They're not even getting an opportunity to get the ball down in the paint, and that's a problem when you're Charlie Stevenson. You take a look at their statistics, and that's something that I really looked at. They shoot about 43% from 2, which is okay, not great. They shoot about 32%, 32.5% from 3, which is about average for a lot of high school teams. And they're a good free throw shooting team, so that means they got to get the ball down inside to muscle a little bit. But the problem is, again, you've got 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and 1 senior, and the senior's made 1 mistake already from an illegal screen, and he's got a turnover himself. So that illegal screen's a turnover, so 2 turnovers already, and that's crucial at this stage of the game. It's 12-2. If they're not careful, I told you, really, it could be over before halftime.
Well, let's hope not, but right now it is 12-2, and so far all Lake Wales are shooting now closer to 50, right at 50%, 6 for 12. They've rebounds are actually even 5-5, and already 5 turnovers for American Heritage, only 1 for Lake Wales. Lake Wales with 3 assists and now 4 steals early on. And Evans shot blocked by Hadley, but back underneath, and Lamont is fouled. There's a nice pass inside from Eubanks, and we'll have our first foul of the game on Lake Wales. And Lake Wales fans thought it was a clear block, but the foul will go on Marcel White, his first. So the first shot's blocked, but they get another opportunity, and now Drake Lamont will shoot 2.
And Drake Lamont, 6'9" sophomore, had to put a dribble down on the floor and poses a problem. Lamont is a 69% free throw shooter. To be exact, American Heritage is the best free throw shooting team that was in the Final Four.
Wow, okay, as Lamont hits both. That's an interesting stat at 69%. So,
well, Lake Wales, they're over a 71 for a team. Okay. Lake Wales is the worst free throw shooting team of the 4 teams in the Final Four.
71%? Okay.
American Heritage is over 71%.
Oh, they're at 71, okay.
Lake Wales is at 58%.
Well, right now, the free throw's not making a big impact, but we have a long way to go. We're still in the first quarter. It's 12-4. And this is Douglas Brooks now over to Finner. Now to Brooks. Brooks back to Finner, top of the key. Fakes the 3. Now drives all the way in. Shot the glass, no good. But another offensive rebound to put back, misses. Another rebound for Marcel White, who lays it in and draws the foul. And that time, 3 opportunities for Lake Wales, and they get the basket of a couple offensive rebounds as the foul will go on Vitor Brito. That's his second, 4th team foul.
And immediately they're bringing him out, bringing Lucas McCormick, a 6'6" sophomore. So now you're 5 players for the Patriots, 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores.
Free throw is good for Marcel White. He has 5, and it's 15-4 as White completes the 3-point play. Quickly across half court is Evans. Evans being guarded now by Russell Wilson. Now Evans swings it around to Borders, now to Lamont, now back to Evans, now to Borders, top of the key. Borders will pull up, free throw line floater doesn't go, but he's fouled. And Josh Borders will go to the line to shoot 2. He's a freshman.
And again, it's that you can just see a little bit, Marty, a little bit of panic in the 2 freshman guards. Just a little bit. They're trying to push a little bit harder. They're trying to get a little bit. And what they're doing is they're trying a little bit too hard. The game isn't feeling comfortable to them, and you can see that. Borders
hits the first free throw. Now the second is straight through, so he hits both. First 2 points for Josh Borders, and now I get a 9-point Lake Wales lead at 15-6.
And Borders an 82% free throw shooter.
Boy, that's impressive for a freshman too, or anyone really. As Wilson now over in the right wing to Brooks. Brooks over to White. Now swung around to Wilson again in the left corner from Darren Wilson in the game. Shot inside, no good. Follow missed up by Hadley. The rebound goes to American Heritage. As we go under a minute and a half here, first quarter, here's Evans. Now on the right corner to Borders. Borders tried to get it underneath to Lamont. Lamont back to Borders. Borders swings it at the free throw line to Lucas McCormick, who had it knocked away, but then McCormick able to get it back and then able to knock down the shot from about 8 feet, and it's a 15-8 lead. So American Heritage now getting back in the game a little bit here.
Yeah, they've got to settle down. I think that you can stay they all took a deep breath, and, of course, Charlie Stevenson had oxygen over there on the sideline for him. So,
well, back to action with Lake Wales. Here's Wilson. Now at the top of the key. Now dribbles between his legs. Now off to Brooks. Brooks will try a three right wing. He hit it. Brooks off the bench with 7 early on. A 6'3" junior, and it's back to a 10-point Lake Wales lead in the last 35 seconds of the first quarter. Evans on the sideline being guarded closely by Wilson. Now lost it. Wilson with a steal, and now he's by himself. Also, Wilson will lay it in. Another steal, another basket. Wilson with 4, and it's 20-8. So after about a 5-point run for American Heritage, they give up a couple baskets in a row and are back down 12. Last 10 seconds, and Wilson almost had another steal. Evans really struggling with the ball. Lamont over on the right wing to Borders. Now with 5 seconds, Borders will pull up from 15. It's short. Rebounded by Lake Wales. Marcel White will have a chance at it. The shot is good. Marcel White was left wide open from about 25, 30 feet out, and he hit it.
I'm speechless because he knew exactly how much time. He didn't even hesitate. He got his shoulders square, his feet up underneath him, went straight up. Beautiful release. Hey, it went in.
It went in all right, and our score at the end of the first quarter, it's all Lake Wales in our first 5A semifinal. They lead American Heritage 23-8. We'll take a break and come back to Lakeland in just a moment. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Marty Paulman along with Coach Rick Victor back at the Lakeland Center as we head to the second quarter of our second 5A state semifinal. Right now it's all Lake Wales as they lead American Heritage 23-8. Marcel White with a pull-up 3 there at the end of the first quarter from about 25, 30 feet out. He ends the first period with 8 points. Douglas Brooks with 7. Monte Finn and Russell Wilson with 4 apiece. For American Heritage, they had 4 players with 2 points apiece as we go to the second period. Right-handed shot, that's going to be goaltending as Eubanks went up with the shot, and it was blocked away, but a goaltend call on Marcel White, and it will be the first basket of the game for Eubanks. That makes it a 13-point lead.
And right now, Lake Wales, right playing into the zone. American Heritage is playing almost like a 3-2 zone. They're saying, okay, we're going to take away the paint. We're going to make you try to shoot from the outside.
White with a turnaround from the baseline. It's too strong. Putback tip no good by Snell. Another attempt for Snell underneath. He lost him, and a foul as the rebound was taken in there by Hadley, and Hadley will go to the line to shoot 2. So a couple more offensive rebounds that time for Lake Wales. And we'll see Antoine Hadley, another senior, at the line to shoot 2 free throws as the foul is on Brito. That's his 3rd. 35 seconds into the second period, Brito gets his 3rd foul, 5th team foul on American Heritage. And the free throw rolls out. Nope, that's not correct. Sorry, McCormick got the foul, so we were incorrect. And that's only 2 for Brito, 1 foul for Lucas McCormick. First period, 53% shooting for Lake Wales as the second free throw is no good. 2 of 8, 25% for American Heritage. Rebounds 8-7 in favor of Lake Wales. And 6 turnovers, no assists for American Heritage. 4 assists, 1 turnover for Lake Wales. There's a 3 for Kobe Eubanks, who now has 5 points. And it's back to a 10-point Lake Wales lead. And we're going to have a travel called on the Darren Wilson. So that's only the 2nd turnover of the game for Lake Wales, who has 5 steals early on. And we had earlier today, we had Coach Mark Grisick on from Olympia High School in Orlando for our 4A championship game, and he made the comment about players with 2 fouls. This is going to say the same on Brito, and he said he changed his opinion as there's a steal. We'll get back to that in a minute. A 3-on-1. Wilson ahead, but now lost, but the put back up and in. Good job by Lante Finner, saying whether he has 6. But he said usually when a player got 2 fouls, he'd sit him right down. Then he got to the state championship game one year. He did that as the drive in, no good by Evans. Lamont with a rebound to put back up and in. As Lamont now has 4. He did that one year in the state championship game. Had a player. His team fell well behind. After that, he decided to change his mind. What's your opinion on that? If you have a player with 2 fouls, do you keep him out there, see what they do, or do you want to just go ahead and play it safe there and set him for a while?
Well, I think it depends also on what you have coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I think that's the quick evaluation. Sometimes you have a player that gets into quick foul trouble. You have other people that have stepped up all season long. You can trust them. If you're not sure, a lot of times what I did when I got to the run into the state final, what I did was when a player got a foul, I brought him out for a quick second. I settled him down a little bit. I said, look, you can't be in your position to where you're coming out of the game and taking yourself out with some silly fouls. I put them back in. It seemed like it helped them a little bit too. So I guess every coach has a little different philosophy. If I, in the postseason this year with my group of kids, because we were young, I didn't do that. I kind of let them play a little bit just to try to keep the momentum. As they get older, I think next year that'll be a little bit different.
1 of 2 there for Hadley. It's an 11-point lead for Lake Wales. I think it's interesting because we see it this week when players get in that when they get those 2 or 3 fouls, they come back with 3 fouls. Sometimes they'll commit a foul within 30 seconds, go right back to the bench. And a nice pass down low and shot rejected underneath. Hadley knocked McCormick's shot out of bounds. Looks like a foul coming up on Lake Wales.
And even when the ball gets inside, because of the athleticism that Lake Wales has, you got guys from American Heritage pump faking instead of going up strong with it and trying to get the and one. They're literally playing tentative basketball right now.
Second foul on Hadley. The third team foul as McCormick hits his first free throw. And it's a 10-point lead for Lake Wales. But we've seen that this week with players and fouls. And I don't know if sometimes players, you wonder, well, why did you commit a foul then? Sometimes I wonder if they don't know how many fouls they have. They just kind of lose track. Because you think you don't want to tell a player not to be aggressive, but you kind of have to know times to pick and choose, you think, when you can really play good defense and when you can't commit a foul, as McCormick hits both free throws.
Well,
but I'm not a coach. So.
Yeah, well, sometimes your feet don't work like your brain.
I know all about that. Yep. Cross court pass to Wilson. Now in the corner, here's Shaquille Snell. Who's in. Wilson will drive up and under, and layup no good, tip no good. Loose ball ends up in the hands of Wilson. And now Wilson will drive out between 2 defenders looking for someone. He'll try another shot. It's too strong. Loose ball again to Lake Wales. And Finner now into the corner. Actually, it was going to go to Wilson instead of Snell inside, and that shot in the air by Jaquavion Williams is no good, and we'll have a foul.
And they're going to call the foul on Cedric Christian.
On Lake Wales, Cedric Christian just checked in. Another senior on this team picks up his first foul.
And Cedric is not 6'5", he's 6'6". Close enough.
At that point, you can tell the difference. Yeah, maybe.
What's an inch?
I know I'm not 6'5" or 6'6".
2.64 centimeters. All
That's
the
right,
math people would be proud of me for that.
You don't teach math, huh?
No.
Here's Borders, and Josh Borders fouled by Lake Wales, who has a 9-point lead, 26-17. And they've led throughout this first half, as that is the 5th team foul on the Highlanders. First personal on Jaquavion Williams. Lake Wales led by as many as 12. And now lead it by 9. Inbounds pass thrown away.
Oh, boy.
But Lamont tries to come up with it. Instead, it ends up in the hands of Finner. And Finner underneath. It'll be a layup for Marcel White. White in double figures with 10. And it's an 11-point lead now for the Highlanders. Here to the other way is Evans. And Evans loses it out of bounds. Nope, they're going to say it went off a Lake Wales player. And Evans called it. He said it was off Lake Wales. And sure enough, that's what the referee calls.
The panic situation out front, the pressure on the 2 freshman guards, extensive, and
3 in the corner, no good by Evans, too strong. Rebound, though, taken by Eubanks. Eubanks still has 3 defenders around him. Now tries to get it out, and he throws it back out to Lamont. Lamont swings it to Evans. Another 3 in the corner, no good. And the rebound this time to Jaquavion Williams. Now Wilson quickly the other way, and what do we have? A foul? No, a carry. All right. So Lake Wales turns it over. Carry on Russell Wilson, who got a little bit out of control that time and made the turnover. So with 4:30 to go in the second quarter, it'll be American Heritage ball, down by 11. Lamont to throw in to Keyshawn Evans. Now Evans across half court. Wilson on him. Evans to the right wing and into Lamont, right corner. Now McCormick will try a long two. It's short. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Finner. Finner will look to push now for Lake Wales as we approach 4 minutes to go second quarter. Wilson inside of Williams. Williams around Lamont, and now double dribble. So another turnover. The Highlanders now getting a little bit sloppy with the ball with some of these bench players in the game, but they still hold an 11-point lead.
Well, Lamont does a nice job, 6'9" sophomore, of holding his ground. He's very straight up when he's on defense, which means that he's not coming down to try to block shots. He's just playing smart.
Eubanks in the corner, behind the back pass against the double team. McCormick will pull up. Free throw line jumper is an air ball. Defender got into space, and the rebound again to White. Now across half court, White to Wilson, right wing. Now top of the key three for Douglas Brooks is in and out. And the rebound, McCormick had it, and we'll have an over-the-back call on Alante Finner. That'll be his first, and now both teams will have 6 personal fouls, or 6 team fouls, pardon me, as that is the first again on Alante Finner. So we have our media timeout with 3:32 to go in the second quarter. And Lake Wales leads American Heritage 28-17 here in our 5A state semifinal. Marty Palmer along with the coach Rick Victor. And again, Coach, welcome to the boys finals. And I know you've been coaching girls basketball for a while, but do you have experience at the boys basketball level as well?
I spent, let's see, 25 years with guys.
That's some experience.
I got 7 with the girls and 25 with the guys. Someone once asked me, I said, which one do you like? I said, basketball's basketball.
Yeah.
I said, the ball's orange, who cares?
The court's the same length, pretty much.
Yeah.
Same, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Basket's the same height.
Oh, yeah. Do the Hoosiers thing, measure. It's 10 feet high. It's 15 foot.
Same height, right, yeah. That's what they say here about the Lakeland Center. When you come here and you have trouble shooting the ball and you don't have any background, you're like, it's still the same, as Gene Hackman's character Norman Dale said. I think it's the same number. We measured it. But still, I think the key has always been, in a lot of high school gyms, you don't have a background. You have a wall. Here you have a giant, unknown, vast area behind the basket. But I mean, that can be said of college players who play, in domes.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at the Syracuse Orange, or when you get into Madison Square Gardens, or you get into the, it's all good, regardless. You're here.
Well, American Heritage back now down 11. Evans now to Eubanks. Eubanks now will fall back to the left wing. Now runs into 2 players, had it stealing away, and loose ball. Brooks had it, ball out of bounds, and it will go back to Lake Wales. And again, the Keyshawn Evans is having some trouble with the ball, or at least keeping it under control. He turns it over there. Now Lake Wales the other way. Brooks will drive up and under, and his layup's too strong. And Drake Lamont with a rebound for the Patriots. Here's Evans. Keyshawn Evans again around across half court, being guarded by Alante Finner. Now to Lamont, top of the key. Under 3 minutes to go here, second quarter. Now Brito's back in. Over to Borders. Now top of the key three for Eubanks, no good. And Brito tips the rebound out, but then falling down is Lamont as he tried to save it. And it'll go back to Lake Wales, who now has 4 turnovers, 5 assists. That's the 9th turnover for American Heritage. So that's been a problem. Only 1 assist for the Patriots. Rebounds even, 15-14. American Heritage shooting at 29%. Lake Wales at 44.4%. Finner cross court. Now this is Lamar Welch back in the game. Now Finner off to Brooks, 3 right wing, and Brooks hits it. Second 3 for Douglas Brooks. He's got 10. And now it's a 14-point Lake Wales lead at 31-17. Now Evans across half court. At the free throw line, Brito had it now to Eubanks, who saved it almost out of bounds, gets it on the baseline. Now Eubanks will pull up with a defender. His face missed everything from about 15 and rebounded by Lake Wales. Marcel White on the run out over to Finner. Finner will pull up. He missed the basket entirely, hit the backboard, and the rebound saved by American Heritage. Eubanks said to Evans, and Evans fouled right on the sideline. That's the 7th team foul on Lake Wales. It'll be the 2nd personal on Alante Finner. We'll have a 1-on-1 coming up where Vitor Brito is yet to score in the first half.
I think the Patriots offense right now is struggling because there's a lack of patience that they're showing. They're doing a lot of one-on-one against Lake Wales. Lake Wales has turned them into a one-on-one team. They've got to move the ball a little bit quicker. And as soon as they get the ball reversal, they've got to look for the quick skip pass. And that backside wing is wide open.
Well, the free throw missed there by Brito, so it's Lake Wales ball as we now have approach a minute and a half to go, second quarter. Lake Wales has led from the start, and they lead it now by 14. Now Evans will come out on Wilson. Now to Finner. Finner will flip it back to Wilson. Wilson now around Evans and then around another defender. And inside to Finner. Finner to White. White able to lay it in off the glass. He's fouled.
And that's Brito's 4th.
Boy, if that's on Brito, wow, you're right. That is his 4th. And no, actually that's his 3rd. They said earlier was his 3rd foul was actually on someone else. So Brito does get his 3rd foul. It is 17 fouls, but a chance for a three-point play for White, who has 12 points. Good passing that time by Lake Wales, just barely touching the ball, and it ends up in the hands of White. He laid it in, and now a chance for a three-point play, and the free throw is good, and now it's ballooned to a 17-point lead, 34-17. We approach a minute to go here, second quarter. Evans across half court around Wilson. Now top of the key. Evans will drive in around Lamont. Shot blocked underneath, though, by White. And now Wilson between two defenders. He's fouled on the breakaway. And we'll have another 1-on-1 coming up for Russell Wilson, as that's the 8th team foul. The foul will go against Eubanks. So that's 2 on Kobe Eubanks. Wilson has 4 points.
And even the last play, Marty, you know, the drive by Keyshawn Evans, he took it upon himself. There was no ball movement whatsoever. It was a drive into traffic, and it was a problem.
Free throw is short, but Brooks gets the rebound, and then he throws it away, but coming out with a loose ball is Lamar Welch. Now a 3 try for Brooks. He hit it again, deep on the right wing. Brooks now with 13. He's hit 3 threes in the half. And now it's a 20-point lead for Lake Wales, 37-17. 4 threes in the first half for the Highlanders, and then the American Heritage turns it back over.
Another turnover by Keyshawn Evans. Tries to get it to Carlito Wargalet, a 5'9" senior.
So 36 seconds ago, I know Carlito Wargalet. That's my name of the day. Approaching 30 seconds left, and see if Lake Wales holds for the final shot. Shaquille Snell back in, running the point.
Carlito's way.
Yeah, I let that one go. I was thinking that. I'm glad you got that, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks.
Welch cross court to Snell. Snell looking to drive up and under and pass to Wilson. Offensive foul. Snell was out of control as he tried to dish it to Wilson, and Snell picks up his first foul, 8th team foul on Lake Wales. So we'll have a 1-on-1 coming up on the, no, we won't because of the player control foul, no free throws, so it'll be a throw-in for Wargalet. 12.1 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Pass quickly in to Lamont, now back to Wargalet, across, now off to Evans with 6 seconds, now 5 across the timeline, now 4, 3 seconds. They get a shot, the pass tipped, and it goes out of bounds as it went over the head of Lamont from Brito. 0.8 of a second to go, and it'll be American Heritage ball. They're going to have to get it in and try a tip or a quick shot here as Evans will inbound. They got 2 big guys that can try to tip it in. Instead, they'll get it into Eubanks. He'll try a 3, and it's an air ball. And that brings us to the end of the second quarter in a game that's been dominated by the Lake Wales Highlanders, who are playing close to home here at the Lakeland Center. Our score at the half of our second 5A semifinal of the game, it's Lake Wales 37 and American Heritage 17. Marty Palmer along with Coach Rick Victor will return in a little less than 10 minutes for the second half. I'll give you the first half stats and look ahead to our schedule tomorrow. 6 more games tomorrow in 6A, 7A, 8A as we continue the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals from the Lakeland Center here on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the Lakeland Center as we get ready for the second half of our second Class 5A state semifinal of the day. Lake Wales Highlanders leading the Plantation American Heritage Patriots 37-17. Marty Paulman joined by the coach Rick Victor back here courtside in the Lakeland Center as we try to find a opponent for the Terry Parker Braves out of Jacksonville, who earlier today defeated Nature Coast 74-48. They'll play on Saturday morning. Will Parker at 10:05 a.m. against the winner of this game for the 5A state championship. But right now we take a look at our first half stats in this game. And American Heritage, they struggled from the field, 5 for 21, 1 of 5 from three-point range, 6 of 7 at the line. Only had 1 assist to 10 turnovers, 7 offensive rebounds and 10 defensive rebounds. And for the Lake Wales Highlanders, shooting close to 50%, 15 for 32 in the first half, around 47%. 4 of 8 from three-point range, 3 of 7 at the free throw line, 8 assists, only 5 turnovers, good ratio there, 10 offensive rebounds and 9 defensive rebounds. And Lake Wales in control, leading it by 20 as we start the second half. 2 players with 13 points in the first half for the Highlanders. Douglas Brooks, who hit 3 threes. Marcel White with 13, 6 points for Alante Fenner, 4 for Russell Wilson, and 1 point for Antoine Hadley. And for American Heritage, they were led by Kobe Eubanks with 5 points. He had the only 3 of the half for the Patriots. 4 apiece for Lucas McCormick and Drake Lamont, and 2 points for Keyshawn Evans and Josh Borders. And we are ready for the second half.
Well, the key for American Heritage is exactly what they're going to do here in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. They got to chip away at it a little bit. They got to get into some type of a rhythm. And if they get into a rhythm, they can cut in. I don't know if they're going to have enough to come back, but they've got to get themselves into a rhythm. For Lake Wales, patience, run your offensive sets, go ahead and finish at the other end.
Well, a three-pointer that time by Marcel White was short. Hadley went over the back on the rebound, so he picks up his 3rd foul. And Hadley going to stay in the game with the 3 fouls, so Billy Washington will keep his senior center in the game. And it'll be American Heritage ball as Borders almost lost it. Now tipped in the air and stolen away by Fenner, and then thrown away again by Hadley into the hands of Vitor Brito. Now Borders heads the other way. Now Eubanks inside, left-handed hook, good by Drake Lamont. A little old-fashioned left-handed hook shot.
Well, you know, I like his game, and he's a sophomore, 15, 16-year-old kid. Got size.
And pass out to Fenner, drives in, misses the layup off the feed from Wilson. The loose ball ends up in the hands of White, and Marcel White is fouled over on the right wing. First foul of the second half on American Heritage will go on Eubanks. That's his 3rd as well.
But, Lamont, nice hands, soft hands, got good footwork. I mean, you got to take a look. He's got big feet.
Big feet's always a good thing, right? You got to have big feet.
Man, I'm telling you now.
White back out to Fenner. Fenner underneath and driving in. Hadley had his shot partially blocked, rebounded by Burrito, gets the loose ball. I don't know. How big are big feet? I mean, I have 12s. I mean, that's not too big.
No. He's probably pushing 17.
Woo, that's a big shoe. Is underneath. Lamont is fouled on the loose ball. Man, I can't. Yeah, you have to get specially made shoes at that point, right? What did Shaquille O'Neal wear? Did he wear like an 18?
No, Shaquille wore 21, but he didn't have the largest feet in the league, though.
That was Yao Ming?
No. Yao's feet weren't even that big.
4th foul on Hadley, is Lamont.
He played, I'll give you a hint, he played for the Detroit Pistons.
When? In the...
back with the Bad Boys.
Not Lambeer. No, he wasn't that big. The Bad Boys. I can't remember any big center they had at that time. Not Rick Mahorn. That's a tough one as Lamont hits the second free throw. He's 2 for 2 there as 8. It's 37-21. Man, you're going to make me go back to my NBA.
I'm going to get you to think a little bit.
The Bad Boy days.
He had a 22.5 size shoe.
Man.
And I'm telling you now, I wear a size 10. So it means I could go.
I wear a 12. Oh, there's a carry on Wilson.
I could go skiing in his shoes.
Man, that's
slalom.
Huh. Well, you know what? You might have stumped me. John Sally, maybe? No,
No, you actually mentioned him. You just mentioned him.
Rick Mahorn?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Rick Mahorn.
Yeah.
Wow, he had 22?
Yeah, 22.5.
I thought he was that big. Boy, oh boy. So back to action. Well, that's a good amount of trivia, so at least I figured it out as the foul I was going to go. I knew obviously it had to have been one of the big. I didn't think it was Lambier.
No,
but,
Lambier had like 18s.
Oh, boy. Fourth foul now on Brito. Offensive foul on Victor Brito, so that's the second team foul. So now Hadley has 4 for Lake Wales. Brito has 4 for American Heritage.
And Brito will stay on the floor for the Patriots.
And Hadley has gone to the bench. No, he is on the bench right now as Brooks will try a 3 with the defender in his face, in and out, no good. But the rebound by Jaquavion Williams, his shot is no good. Ball out of bounds, stays with Lake Wales. So it'll be Lake Wales ball to inbound. Finner throws it into Wilson. Now back to Finner. He'll drive the baseline. Pass underneath to Brooks, who's tied up, and Douglas Brooks will shoot 2.
And they're going to call that on Lamont.
It's his second.
Just a little bit below vertical on that one for Lamont. He is very, very fundamentally sound. He is going to be, I tell you what, if no one's looking at him, they better start looking at him now, because he's got some skills.
Brooks' first free throw, no good off the back of the rim. Brooks with 13. And he misses the front, or the first of the 2. As he mentioned Lamont, only his second foul. And he's got 2 more years to develop this American Heritage program as Drake Lamont, only a sophomore. And that's the other thing. They're only losing Victor Brito off this team. As Brooks hits the second free throw, it's 38-21. They'll have 3 more years of Evans, 3 more years for Borders, 2 more for Eubanks and Lamont, and a traveling call.
You know, I'm taking a look at Keyshawn Evans. He had 5 turnovers himself of the 10 in the first half. He's already had 2 more in this third quarter.
Wilson across half court, now up and under the baseline, and lays it in with the left hand off the glass. Wilson shifted hands right under the basket. He's got 6. That's 40-21, a 19-point lead for Lake Wales. Now Evans across half court. Wilson on him, and he throws it away right to Brooks. Brooks with a steal. Nice pass ahead to Finner. Finner around the defender. McCormick lays it in. And now a timeout again as Finner has aided. Charlie Stevenson calls timeout. His team now getting doubled up, 42-21. 5:02 left, third quarter.
And now when you take a look, you understand why Lake Wales right now is number 1. They don't have to get to the free throw line because they're forcing turnovers away from the bucket, and it's easy layups at the other end. All they got to do is play great D, and they are quick enough that their defense is really pretty good. I think it'll be a very interesting matchup with Parker from Jacksonville against Lake Wales on Saturday morning.
Well, and that's obviously we think that'll be the matchup at this point, and it sure looks like it as Lake Wales has now moved out to a 21-point lead. But coming into these matchups, Nature Coast came in with a 29-1 record. I know that's always, you don't look at the record. Sometimes look at the teams they play, but I think Parker would roll like they did. But Terry Parker really pulled away at the end of that game. And they, like you said, a smart team. They play well together. Will seem to be a pretty good matchup for this Lake Wales team. The good news is Lake Wales will have home court, really. It's a lot of fans here tonight, and it'll be almost home court for them.
Well, yeah, but really, how loud has the Lake Wales crowd been really at this point? Or either that or they're relaxing.
All underneath as Marcel White gets it out to a three-pointer short by Russell Wilson, and a tip in good by Shaquille Snell, his first basket. And now a timeout taken as it looks like Marcel White got a little bit banged up that time. And Billy Washington takes a 30-second timeout. First timeout used by Lake Wales today as they lead it by 23. And really at this time point, the only issue is, I guess, if they don't have any injuries. You don't really want to lose Marcel White for the championship game.
No, but, you're not going to play. You're not playing that way. You're going to keep playing hard. And that's how you prevent injury. You just go out and play. For right now, the young team, that's over on the other side, American Heritage, is finding out, hey, we got here. This is going to be a learning experience right now. We're getting schooled, but we're going to learn from this. And I think they will become very, very dangerous in a year. Because that 1 year of experience at this level really motivates. It once, they get here, they get a taste of it. They get a taste of the hype. They want to do it again.
Oh, high arcing shot by Brooks is good from about 5 feet off the turnover. And another basket for Lake Wales, who now leads it by 25, 46-21. Biggest lead of the game. Cross-court pass tipped. It ends up in the hands of Eubanks, though. And Eubanks is fouled as he drives inside the paint. We'll have a third team foul on Lake Wales in the second half. Brooks picks up his first personal. So an inbounds play coming up for American Heritage. And it will be Keyshawn Evans to inbound.
I was waiting on a whistle.
Ball out of bounds, and we will again stay with the Patriots. Lake Wales has been the #1 team in Class 5A according to SourceHoops.com for most of this season. That's the only major poll you have now in the state. Associated Press doesn't do a state basketball poll anymore for boys or girls basketball. As driving in, Lamont has his shot, well, he missed everything, was partially blocked, rebounded by Lake Wales. Driving up and under, layup good for Snell. Boy, all the way to the hoop. Snell with a finger roll, and it goes in. 4 for Snell, and it's 48-21. And at this point, the Lake Wales fans maybe can start looking ahead to Saturday. Still a long way to go under 4 minutes left, third quarter, as it's taken away again. Wilson ahead to Snell, and Snell will lay it in. 6 for Snell, 50-21.
And Charlie's calling a timeout again.
Another timeout by Charlie Stevenson, as his team already has been outscored 13-4 here in the third quarter. A 20-point lead, now 29. American Heritage, 1 timeout remaining. 3:47 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, I guess you're given 5 timeouts plus a media timeout. You might as well use them.
They haven't. Well, and I think he may have been waiting for that media timeout, but decided he couldn't wait anymore, and he takes it with 3:47 to go, third quarter. Marty Palmer along with Coach Rick Victor. We are courtside here at the Lakeland Center.
I'm very, very impressed. Our boys' head coach Jeremy Lavoie said, when you see Lake Wales tonight, he goes, you will have a very unique impression of a very, very good team. And I tell you what, Jeremy, you hit it right on the head, man.
And you mentioned, too, your school, Lake Nona, your first year, they're only a third-year school, actually took the Lake Wales girls out in the first round this year, that regional quarterfinal.
Yeah, we won't say
you say it too loud?
Don't say it too loud. No, we did. We won 30.
Oh, dunk by Marcel White. Off the missed shot by Williams. White with 15 brings the house down. It's 52-21.
Well, that was a putback dunk. That was kind of like a facial. But, we ended up upsetting Lake Wales 36-34.
Eubanks for 3 hits it right wing. Eubanks has 8, and it's 52-24. Your first playoff win in school history there, Lake Nona.
First regional win, yeah.
Yep, first party regional,
yeah.
Obviously, the district tournament as well. You got a win this year.
Yeah. We hope to continue that string for a while.
Snell will try a 3. Why not? He hits it.
Snell's off the bench.
9 for Snell in the quarter. It looked like he didn't want to shoot. He's like, well, they're going to leave me open. I'll shoot it. 55-24. And it is all Lake Wales. Ball knocked out of bounds.
And here's the one stat that I'm really looking at. Your 2 freshman guards, Evans and Borders, 12 of the 17 turnovers.
Yeah, they only have 1 assist as a team. That belongs to Evans. As we have our media timeout, thought we had a media timeout. 2:38 to go. Did we already? Well, American Heritage took a timeout. I don't know. Maybe we had the media timeout as well. All right, never mind. We're back to action, and it's stolen almost away again. It ends up in the hands of Eubanks. And now cross court to Evans. Evans will drive the baseline. Floater hits the side of the backboard. Lamont with a rebound, and he'll lay it in. Greg Lamont is having a pretty good game, really. 10 points for Lamont. And now 3 for White in the corner is good. My boy. 18 for Marcel White, and it's 58-26, and Lake Wales is cruising. That is 7 threes in the game for the Highlanders. And a carry, the call on Evans. Another turnover for Keyshawn Evans.
Yeah.
And you're right, just a tough night for the freshman Evans and Borders.
Well, I mean, we're not going to dwell. We can't dwell on it anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
but this is growing pains for them right now.
And there's another one for Marcel White. Hits another shot. He now has 20. And Lamont's shot blocked. The follow is good. Lucas McCormick following Lamont's shot. He scores. He has 6. And it's 60-28. Minute and a half to go as we approach a minute and a half to go, third quarter. And after 35 points is the running clock.
Yep.
Getting close to that here in the period. Haven't quite gotten there. American Heritage hanging in there. Drive in, and that is LaDarren Wilson who's fouled. He's going to shoot 2. And that'll be the foul on McCormick, his second, 4th team foul against American Heritage. Wilson is scoreless. He's a senior. Well, they have a lot of seniors. They have 7 seniors, and 5 of them start. So the free throw good for Wilson.
Wilson's a 33% free throw shooter.
How about, I'm about to say, if he hits 2, then
He's above his average.
he is above his
50%.
average already at 1 for 2. He almost hit both. 61-28. Evans across half court. And off to a 3 in the corner by Borders. It's good. Josh Borders knocks down a 3. He has 5. And it's 61-31. And last minute of the third quarter. Wilson will drive up and under. His shot no good. Tip is up, and the shot no good for Lamar Welch, whose ball ends up with Eubanks. Borders quickly the other way. Right-handed floater no good, and he ran into the defender, and another good job of taking the charge that time by Alante Finner, and on Borders his second.
And Borders should have dished the ball had Keyshawn Evans in the deep corner. He made a decision to go, and that was that again. And because it's an offensive foul, it's another turnover on the guards, and that's just not playing together.
So that is the 5th team foul in the second half. And we'll have another foul coming up. This time it'll be on American Heritage again. That foul is on Evans, his first 16 foul. Salukis are hanging in there, Coach. Down 5:38 left.
Hey, they're in the Missouri Valley tournament, and they're very, very young. Yeah, they're very, very young.
8-22, not normal for them.
No. I'm having an off year. Oh.
Wilson will drive all the way up, missed the dunk. Loose ball on the floor, and it went up in the hands of Wargill. That brought the house down as well. Here comes American Heritage, but taken away. Finner tried to take it away from Joe North, who's now in the game for American Heritage. Now you're seeing some of the bench players getting some playing time, and what do we have? Timeout. Lake Wales.
30-second timeout.
No, American Heritage used the timeout. That's their last timeout.
They did. They prevented themselves. So now they have no timeouts to go the whole fourth quarter.
Wow.
But then if it gets to the 35-point, the clock's going to be running, so it's going to go quick.
Yeah, it really will. It's a 30-point lead with 17 seconds to go, and it's been all Lake Wales really from the opening today. It was close early. Lake Wales led by 15 at the end of the first quarter, 20 at the half, and it leaded by 30. And I was going to say the Salukis down 5.5 minutes to go. You said friend of yours watching this, or is?
Oh yeah, I'm getting kind of reports on it because I'm a lifetime alum at Southern Illinois. Did my undergraduate there.
That's the arena in St. Louis where the Blues play, right? I can't remember the name of the arena anymore there in St. Louis, but been played there for many years. Left-handed floater.
The old place used to be the Checker Dome.
Oh yeah, that was back in the 70s, 80s. Then they got a new arena down there. Is their shot blocked away, but a foul.
Yeah, I can't even remember. Who knows? Everybody's gone corporate.
Brian Hall gets his first foul at the line. Lante Finner shoot 2. I've been to St. Louis twice in my life, and once I went to see St. Louis University play, and that arena was just opening up, and it was called the Savas Center, or the free throw good. What was it called? Actually, it was called the Keel Center then.
Yeah, there you go.
His name. But haven't been to the new Busch Stadium. I'm not a Cardinals fan, but I went to the old Busch Stadium.
I'm a Cardinals fan.
No, I'm sorry. I'm a Cubs fan. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm a Cubs fan. Cardinals win the World Series.
Well, my wife and son are Cubs fans.
Yeah, it's a tough time. There's a steal and a layup off the press for Frazier. Savante Frazier gets on the board, and that's the end of the third quarter. And the fourth quarter will be celebration time for Lake Wales, but they'll have one more game coming up on Saturday. But tonight in this semifinal, it's all Lake Wales as they lead American Heritage 65-31. We'll head to the fourth quarter. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals, the 5A semifinal here on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
All right, welcome back to the Lakeland Center as we head to the fourth quarter. And Lake Wales all over American Heritage 65-31 in this state semifinal game. So it looks like Lake Wales will move on Saturday to play the Jacksonville Terry Parker Braves. Earlier tonight defeated Nature Coast by 26. They pulled away late in what was a close game really through most of the second half. And really tonight the story has been the turnovers for American Heritage, but also very efficient play off turnovers and transition play for Lake Wales.
Well, you're right. It's the turnovers of the young guards versus the experience of the Highlanders.
Lamont misses the shot, and Brito fouled on the rebound. They're going to get a foul on Lake Wales. It'll be their fourth team foul in the second half, and the personal Douglas Brooks his second. And 23 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second, 28 in the third for Lake Wales. They outscored American Heritage 28-14 there for now a 34-point lead. 3 at the top of the key, no good for Eubanks. Tipped by Brito, no good. And now the loose ball ends up in the hands of Frazier. Frazier up on the alley-oop, doesn't get it, but a foul as Christian missed the shot, but Christian's going to go to the line to shoot 2 more. That'll be the 8th team foul on American Heritage. And the third foul, Josh Porter is in with 2 free throws. We'll have a running clock here for the remainder of the game.
21 turnovers for American Heritage to 2 assists.
And like you said, we don't want to go on the point too much, but it has been a big story in this game. As 10 turnovers for Irvins and 5 for Borders. But again, it's one of those things, it's a learning experience. You can use it and get back next year. Well, he missed both. But Frazier gets the loose ball and lays it in with the left hand. So we got to 36 anyway, as now we'll have a running clock for the rest of the game, as Frazier missed both free throws, but then got the loose ball and laid it in with the left hand. So, Coach, go ahead and say what you want to say, because we're not going to be here much longer. There's a 3 for Eubanks. Way out there. Eubanks with 11. He has 3 threes in the game. It's 67-34.
I'm going to say this for the people down in Plantation. You've got a team that is going to be around for the next couple years in the Class 5A.
I totally agree with you there, as the tip-in good for Fenner. He has 12 off the missed 3 by Brooks. And a travel called on American Heritage. And tonight, I think we knew it. The funny thing about American Heritage is earlier today we were talking about some of the players that they've had there recently, among them Kenny Boynton, and this team had never made it to this round, even with players like that. Of course, they ran into Brandon Knight and Pinecrest. They're in the same region every year, but American Heritage getting over that hump, they get here to Lakeland, and got a feeling they'll see them next year. They'll have a much better chance to win. This Lake Wales team just set up for this run. They were here last year. They have all the seniors. Brito with a takeaway.
Senior domination on a team over underclassmen usually take the advantage.
And ball out of bounds will stay with American Heritage. So we'll go ahead and look ahead a little bit as Lake Wales will now empty the bench, and we'll see these seniors come out to a nice hand from a good crowd tonight here at the Lakeland Center. And at this point, we'll talk a little bit about this 5A championship game on Saturday morning. Terry Parker and Lake Wales, and how do you see that game? A little bit of a preview as both teams have a day off tomorrow.
Well, I think it's going to be a little bit better game than a lot of people are predicting. I think that Parker's a senior-dominated team. I think Lake Wales is senior-dominated. Both are very, very disciplined group of kids, and it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes.
And that's a good point. I know you say that a lot in basketball, and it kind of, you said, well, you know, you expect to say that, but it's true. It really is. The team who makes less turnovers most of the time is going to win a game, whether it be football or basketball. Really, you see it a lot in football. It's truth the same in basketball. As Borders hits the floater, he has 7, and it's 69-39, and we'll have Lake Wales turning it over in the inbounds pass. Lake Wales in the game, Savante Frazier and Raylon Garrett, and also Devion Riley.
You know, the thing, too, is that you got to take a look at a deep 3 by Eubanks.
Yeah, he's hit 4 in the game. He's got 14, and he'll be back. He's only a sophomore as it's 69-42. And pass underneath, easy layup for...
But I think bench scoring is going to come into play. I really believe that both teams have good benches. I think the scoring capabilities of both are going to be very, very close. And so, you know, because they're both good rebounding teams, they all about, you know, I mean, Lake Wales is listed at 6'5", you know, Parker's 6'3", 6'4". You know, you're matching body to body. The one thing that Lake Wales doesn't have is that thick, big body inside, and I think Seymour might be the neutralizer in the interior.
Terry Parker, that's right. There's the steal. Marcel White, who's back in, misses the layup. He's fouled, and I'm not sure Billy Washington brought the starters back in. I'm not quite positive why, but they're going to come right back out as maybe they'll get another hand from the crowd as the foul comes on American Heritage. 9th team foul, and the foul is on Eubanks' 4th. And we'll see 2 free throws. Marcel White with 20 points tonight, leading the way for Lake Wales. Douglas Brooks with 16. And Alante Finner with 12 in double figures. Shaquille Snell with 9 as the free throw is no good. On the other side for American Heritage, Kobe Eubanks with 14 points. Drake Lamont with 10 in double figures tonight for the Patriots, whose season's going to end at 25-6. But again, team I think you'll see again down the road next year in 5A.
I definitely think you will. They've got size. They've got a lot of youth. Don't forget that they only have 1 senior. They're playing 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores on their starting 5, and they're bringing off sophomores really, you know, off their bench. And so what you have is a team that is learning how to get to this level. They've learned how to get here. Yes, they are getting beat badly, but it's a growing pain thing. It's how to get to this level and sustain that. And their freshman guards, unfortunately, acted like freshmen.
Well, timeout called by Lake Wales, and that has kind of been the story today of the game. 72-42, and earlier today, Terry Parker winning 74-48 over Nature Coast. Congratulations already to our state champions who have been crowned in 1A. It was Chipley defeating Hawthorne yesterday, 71-48. Orlando Christian Prep, another state championship for them, not surprising, as he defeated Champagnat Catholic from Hialeah 48-29. And 3A earlier today, Tampa Prep. Again, congratulations to Joe Finland, his 29th season. He made 7 appearances here in Lakeland, gets his first state titles. They defeated Sagemont 58-50, and then in 4A this afternoon it was, again, Pinecrest, the team who has been here before. David Beckerman, another state title, his 3rd in 5 years. First without Brandon Knight, as they defeated Lake Highland Prep out of Orlando 63-57. Loose ball, and boy, diving for the 4th. Both teams don't know this is a 30-point game, as they both went after that ball out of bounds. And it will stay with American Heritage.
And going after that loose ball, number 43, Bryant Hall, 6'4" freshman.
And into
another freshman,
Carlito Wargalet, and that pass knocked out of bounds. There's Davion Riley in the game. Up, bad news Not looking good for the Salukis. Down 15 under 44 seconds left. Indiana State, the Sycamores.
Yeah.
I don't think they've been any good since Larry Bird played there, really, have they?
I was in college when I got to see Bird up close and personal.
That's a lot of fun, I'm sure.
I saw a lot of great players back when I was in college. That's back when West Texas State.
There's a layup underneath.
Maurice Cheeks.
Oh, wow.
I saw him play.
I didn't know he played at West Texas State.
Yeah. Slab Jones. There's a name out of people's past. If you know basketball. New Mexico State.
Oh, driving in. A blocking foul underneath as Jedrick Brinson drove in, and it looks like Edelstein's going to pick up the foul. Jake Edelstein in the game for American Heritage. Some players getting a chance to play in the state semifinal game. The coach of will play a long time for Philadelphia 76ers, Maurice Cheeks, and then the coach of the 76ers and Trailblazers.
Roger Fegley was at Bradley.
That name I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, well.
Who was it? I'm sorry, say again.
Roger Fegley.
No. Now, Bradley had some good years, but they had shots no good, and the follow blocked away. They had oh man, I forgot the guy's name now in the late 80s. Played in the NBA for a while. Name escapes me, I'm just trying to remember back to my youth now. But who did Bradley have in the late 80s that was a real
I try
big
not
scorer?
to think of who Bradley had in the 80s. No offense, Marty.
Gotcha.
It's almost like my brother, who is an alumni of Illinois State.
Oh, and the pass inside and easy basket. Is that the rivalry?
Oh, that's
Illinois
pure
State
rivalry.
there in Bloomington Normal and
Yep.
Southern Illinois and
Carbondale.
And that's the end of the game as we talk about Illinois. Close it out. And that pretty much tells you that this game has been all Lake Wales as Gorgulette dribbles it out for American Heritage. Congratulations, though, to Charlie Stevenson's team. They finished at 25-6 here in the state semifinal round. And for Billy Washington, Lake Wales, for the second year in a row, will play for a state title. Last year they came up short against Palm Beach Gardens Dwyer, 72-57. And on Saturday, they'll get a chance for the 5A state championship against Terry Parker. That game will be at 10:05 a.m. A reminder, a full slate of games tomorrow. We get it started with the 6A semifinals tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. It will be Jacksonville Wolfson against Leesburg. We'll have 2 games in 6A, 2 games in 7A, and 2 games in 8A. Myself, Marty Paulman, Mike Rideout, and Kelly Neff will get the play-by-play throughout the day. We'll be joined by all kinds of coaches tomorrow, as we were by Coach Victor tonight. Again, to buy a DVD of this game or any game of the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals, go to FHSASports.com. Again, good working with you, Coach. Good to see you.
Hey, it was fun to do it again.
Our thanks to Rick Victor, the head coach of Lake Nona High School, for joining us courtside. And this, once again, is a production of Play On Sports and the FHSAA Network. Our final, once again, from the Lakeland Center, the Lake Wales Highlanders 75, the American Heritage Patriots 44. For the coach Rick Victor, I'm Marty Paulman and the entire crew of the Lakeland Center. Good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow again from Lakeland on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.